waiting for OHIB.
Yeah. And we all know, we have seen OHIB really speed it up with a Beatrix. 10 minutes, you got full items, let's go. No doubt he can do that with a Claude as well.
Blacklist International showing early aggression on the get-go, and ONIC-PH, I think they will have a hard time dealing with this, with this lineup from Blacklist. Because the thing is, you only have the Paquito to be able to fight around the heroes of Blacklist. Yes. And even if the Akai gets a, does a fantastic job on the early game, what do? You don't stop the Balmond from getting level 4, and once Blacklist gets the level 4 of Balmond, objectives will just be a lunch for Blacklist International.
It's so easy. It's 1, 2, 3 for Blacklist. ONIC, though, they can find these angles. Game 1 between ONIC and Blacklist is upon us. A purple start for Sensui and an orange start for Wise.
Yep. Yeah, admittedly, it's a little difficult. Oh, look at that. Rapidot with an easy first blood there for ONIC. That's a start you want. You want to remove a lot of his experience, which is being denied right now against Haji.
I think somebody made the shot. ONIC-PH, they called out Haji not having flicker. He is using that Purify's battle spell for the Valentina. To ONIC-PH, they just made the punish. The answer was there, and they know that they can take out a Valentina at this point. Even though you're giving 3 XP to Haji, he is sacrificing a lot to get these trades to come out for Blacklist International.
That's true. It's actually gonna be deterring Blacklist to go for those early engages like we talked about before this game loaded in. And that's something that you don't want, especially if you have a Balmond on your lineup. You want that early on, early level so that your physical pen, you can kind of use it very well.
He doesn't see this. Wise has used Division Gay, but it's just a matter of clearing out the gold lane. Middle lane though.
Man, look at that, Haji! There's no way he can get out! He just accepted his fate, level 4 on! That's another one going over to ONIC.
That's what you call a skadoosh. Sensui caught him and put him right against that wall. Now this opens up the turtle for ONIC. They are a man down Blacklist, but still, count that they have a lethal counter. Can they do this?
I don't think so. Blacklist International, they cannot do it safely since Rapidot just hit level 4. To ONIC-PH, they might feel very confident taking this play.
Oh, that is a beautiful answer there. Instant Fatal Link just answer for Wise. Turtle is secured. Ryota and the rest of ONIC are very healthy. Not much effort exerted by ONIC, but they're getting everything they want.
My goodness, the utilization of the XP, the resources, this is not something that we would expect from a game by Blacklist International. Haji is not allowed to play in this game.
Bro, what is happening to Haji here?
Here's the thing, the way ONIC is playing the resource game, they're going a step ahead, maybe even 2 of Blacklist, and I think Blacklist is onto them. Look, not a single Purify spent, so at least one thing for sure. The agents out there can hold strong and say, you know what, our team still knows what's up top.
Yeah, and on top there again, Edward hanging barely to life, as the rest of ONIC have almost full map control now.
It just feels like ONIC, they have answers to everything. Like the moment that Blacklist tried to rest, they went on the Esmeralda on the top lane. Now Esmeralda had to go back to base, Sensui just farms, and there's already a pressure in the middle lane. Haji, again, is the main target of ONIC-PH. This Valentina is not allowed to play in the early game.
Yeah, even with the mobility of a Valentina, it constantly gets caught by Rapidot here.
Oh, down bottom though. I think Rapidot is onto Blacklist. Chef Raf knows what's cooking because, again, in that gold lane, I think it was Yumin who may have said this, that the Bruno's very good on a 1v1 scale, but when it's a team fight, they can force out.
But look at that. The lethal counter instantly gets denied there, and Wise and Sensui still spinning. Wise cannot really answer back here. That's another kill going over to ONIC just like that.
What was that? Rapidot and Super Prince, they were like, we're not gonna die, we're gonna wait for the last second to pop this ult. And when Wise tried to go for the lethal counter, the Atlas stood still. He was like, okay, so what, bro? And then after, after Super Prince popped the ult, then we fight for ONIC-PH. And they got the better trade. They only lose the Atlas, while Blacklist lose their own jungler.
That's a trade I'll take any day, twice on Fridays.
Any day.
It's a Friday, actually. So yeah, jungler for a roam. By all means, second turtle already up. Let's see who gets it.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very scary for Blacklist with Haji Hunt severely underleveled here. Sensui holding the turtle. Look at that. One hit put Haji half. And now it's going to be there. Sensui, he's pinning down Wise. He can't go near. And it's going to be secured once more by ONIC. There goes the Cult Altar, and everyone's just fighting for their life here. Wise with a double kill right now. And everyone is just making some distance work. And so far, I'd say that was a 50-50. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, first maybe win for Blacklist in this 5-minute game.
Yeah.
Small win though.
It was a victory for Blacklist International, but I love the way ONIC played that fight. Sensui, he was like, I don't even need to care about a turtle. I just want to take down Wise. With the ultimate with heavy spin, he was like, no, bro, no retribution battle today. Both of us are gonna get away.
And this is a very rare opportunity where Y is getting countered by his own specialty, Akai. He can't even get near the cast the lethal counter or the retribution. And that is basically the only job Sensui has.
Yep.
It's working for ONIC.
And not just Sensui, even Coach, even Chef Raf. That is, even Chef Raf is like, you know what? We have 2 ways to stop the Ryota.
Ryota?
Oh my goodness, Ryota! Beautiful combo, pushes back Venus and Haji, and that's going to be resulting to Haji being taken down near the turret, with the rest of Blacklist not even having an answer to this.
They've overloaded the Purifies.
Yep. Blacklist International, again, at this point, they don't have the answer. They can only answer with the claw damage, but at this point, you want OHEB to just farm away.
Yes.
ONIC-PH has amassed a huge momentum in this mid-game. Even though OHEB now has DHS, he still needs to get into his golden staff. The steel leg plates doesn't really help him to deal with the damage output of ONIC-PH, because you don't need damage for the side of ONIC. The only way for you to win is for ONIC to miss these displacement spells that they have, the heavy spin, the Fatal Links coming out from Rapidot, and also the longevity of the team fight that ONIC has with the sustain from Ryota and also the Cult Altar coming out from the Paramis.
The way you put it, Midnight, we're seeing the 3rd turtle come up here. We've yet to see the team fight that we want.
Huge Fatal Links once more. All the way from downtown. Wise is pinned out against the wall. He's trying very hard to respond. But finally, here is Edward. He's answering back. He's got some damage, but no more mana to lock it in. Ryota takes down Wise. Edward can barely do anything. Haji's damage is non-existent. But here comes OHEB with a blazing duet straight to the face of ONIC. There's a flicker and committed. Beautiful answer here for ONIC, but it's not enough. You've used up every bullet in the barrel. Blacklist has got this in the bag.
Superhero moment from OHEB. I like the way that he answered this one. He knew that I'm not going to be present on that fight, but ONIC-PH, they have thrown everything to Blacklist International, and after that, OHEB was like, what are you going to do? I'm going to use Blazing Duet on you. You don't have any spells yet.
No spells anymore.
Ryota had a fantastic dodge on the last bullet from the Blazing Duet. It didn't even matter, because the mobility is still advantageous on the side of Blacklist, with Claude and the Valentina having pure stacks, having maximum stacks on the Claude, and Haji with the 2nd skill. They can chase for days.
Yeah, Kill1 has entered the building and has joined the fight. That was the fight that he needed to join, and that was a team fight Blacklist was looking for. As well as ONIC has set up the past 2 or 3 team fights, the Dragon Warrior is carrying way too much on his back. He needs the Furious 5, well in this case the Furious 4. He needs the rest of ONIC to come through, and we've yet to see Nets do that. Nets hasn't joined the fight yet.
That's right, and I wonder what's going to happen when he does join the fight. Again, AoE damage is different from single target big crits.
Yep, maximum damage coming out from Nets. Still, we haven't seen it, but the ultimate does make a difference when Blacklist goes for the Uber strategy.
Wave of the world.
The amount of displacements with the heavy spin and also the balls coming out from Bruno will allow ONIC-PH to have this fantastic team fight where Blacklist International have to scramble around.
If you're Blacklist, it's scary because you have to choose where do we pop the Purify. So much crowd control here for ONIC.
We're looking for it.
Look at that. That's what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Oh, those balls.
Yep.
And at 0 cost.
Nothing.
Have to scramble around for Blacklist International. Sensui!
Oh, Sensui, ONIC is not done. They pinned down Wise. Cult Altar is popped up with Haji and the rest of Blacklist here. That's a 3 versus 4. Right now, it's just a difficult fight for them to sustain, but Edward, he's doing a very good job here.
Check Kill1. He's still coming. He's still finding one. Sensui might fall here.
And look at that. OHEB once more. He's got the damage. He is joining the fights. He is making the big difference.
And that's not the way you want to go as ONIC. Yes, you got a free kill on the Queen, but out comes the cavalry. Oh, but wait, Ryota's making a play down bottom.
Beautiful re-engage here by ONIC, but again, damaged once more. Nets, he's guiding, he's joking, he's dancing, but OHEB's got this once more in the bag.
Conversion through the roof. Blacklist International making the most of a bad situation.
Oh, look at this. Ryota. Oh, he's got some damage. He's itching to use it, but nope. Oh my Venus, good comms once more from Blacklist. Reads I mean,
Good game sense across the map, though.
Just want to say this game is too close for comfort, but Ryota comes in.
They're
yeah,
not
that's
done!
a beautiful combo once more. Helps take down the Queen.
Drop it off.
And coming close is the King. That's a 2 for none here for ONIC.
That's an ONIC Lord, isn't it?
It is an
Yes.
ONIC Lord. Blacklist International again. You're not going to have any answers if they don't have the Claude. And ONIC-PH, they knew, okay, we lost that fight because we've thrown everything at the Queen. But OHEB, he made it sure that Blacklist International can still fight. But once the Claude is out of the team fight, ONIC-PH can just re-engage.
That's beautiful shot calling from ONIC, knowing that, hey, they don't have Blazing Duet anymore. You know what we can do? Let's take him out, and we got a free Lord. That's a very good call.
And again, this is really hard for Blacklist International. ONIC-PH has been prioritizing putting out their skills on 2 heroes alone. Oh My Venus and Wise. These 2 heroes are the main target of ONIC-PH. If they manage to take out one, Blacklist International, the only answer that they will have is the Claude. But that is also their winning condition, which ONIC, I think, is now becoming a problem, and they start realizing that. The next fight, look at ONIC-PH shifting that attention towards the gold laner of Blacklist International.
They have to find OHEB, but the thing is, OHEB has been so good at hiding himself. He comes in at the right time, and so far he hasn't missed a beat. 404 is KDA, error not found so far.
That's true. And so far, that's not what we usually see. Usually, Blacklist is a lot quicker paced here compared to what we've seen them previously. Yeah. So they're slowing down. They're trying to respect, but they have heavy respect for ONIC.
2.5K!
I mean,
ONIC has kept this lead.
Consistently.
I mean, at this point, Blacklist International, you might say that they have all the time in the world, but remember, this is Bruno. Bruno deals so much damage against towers, and Sui is Brendan's heavy spin.
Yeah, that's a heavy spin, non-existent in the coming fights, but again, Blacklist has to deal with his Lord as well.
Okay, step by step, ONIC, I think, walked away with maybe half of what they wanted. They wanted an inhibitor, but instead they're just clearing the map step by step.
Yep.
And again, that works very well for taking time to try and find their way back into the map, because right now they have almost 0 map control. But again, that is a big problem when you're thinking about the time that we have right now at 12 minutes.
Just want to say, Blacklist has managed to take out 2 towers of ONIC.
That's it, just 2
That's
towers.
it. And ONIC has managed to take 6
Yep,
against
so
Blacklist International.
So, Blacklist has Lord of the Rings. ONIC has the first 6 Star Wars movies.
Yes. I love
Perfect.
that.
Perfect. All right, so looking at the damage dealt, the KDA Hunter on a Faramis has dealt the most.
Dude, what?
43K.
Dude.
In 12 minutes.
Outpacing the damage of a Claude. I mean,
Nets.
that's
And
impressive.
Nets.
And Nets.
His own ally.
If you're a Faramis and you are up against a team that loves to group up, you're gonna deal so much damage.
Snow Stampede, Ghostbuster.
Yeah, Ghostbusters damage is real, bro.
And you're always gonna be present because you walk over cliffs.
This is impressive. Again, with Nets being very silent on the sidelines, you're thinking, oh, look at this, Rapidon doing a little bit of a poke here, testing out the damage of Nets, but they got caught in the bush. It's Blacklist's time to shine. Cold Armor's way too late. It isn't able to save Nets, and again, the damage is just non-stop here from Blacklist.
That was not an engage that ONIC was expecting. They split him up. They were chasing essentially 2 geese, and Blacklist goes for the punish. That's a clear win.
Yeah, Rapidon was like, that was a very, very small mistake, but it cost him a lot.
If you ever have doubts against, about the shot calling skills of Blacklist International, there's your answer. They don't find any team fight by the side of ONIC. We do fight.
Can they do this? Another engage.
Yeah, that's a very good defense here from Blacklist. They are keeping themselves zoned out on the Lord area. That's an easy take for Wise, and now we are going to have to see how they do on the attacker's side.
This is where you start seeing the difference, the level of experience that Blacklist has. They knew that ONIC-PH, they're positioning not to fight, but they're positioning to take control of the Lord area. 15 seconds before the Lord spawn, Blacklist made a play. They showed a hero in front of Rapidon, and Edward was like, okay, the Bruno is here. He is our main target. And Blacklist, they engage. They know that ONIC-PH is not in position to fight.
Yeah, it was beautiful, well-timed. And Nets, maybe, him being the first target was the perfect target. And maybe if he made it on the map maybe 5 seconds earlier, maybe ONIC could have made a play. But right now, Blacklist in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they're definitely driving here on top side. Add that tower to our pockets. Still a pretty good lead from ONIC, but still we are going to see more of these minions push on mid and bottom. So maybe this is something that Blacklist can work around. Edward, he's actually caught in a pretty bad spot here, but he's tanky enough to just shrug it off.
Great defense by ONIC, again taking their time with the Lord, Luminous Lord it is. And so slowly but surely, Blacklist making a move for the map. The earlier mentioned only 2 turrets that they took are now growing exponentially.
Yeah.
They're making a beeline towards equalizing the map.
Yep, they're answering back, and I have to say that
Rapidot.
right now it is actually some time where ONIC can actually go for Haji and Venus. They have to take these chances. They're playing way too safe for my taste. Right now, Edward. Oh, they got damage, as you can see.
Okay, some ult, some key
Yeah,
ult.
he got some good damage there. Oh, my Venus. Will he be saved, though? Haji just waiting with the Cult Altar, but will not be needed. Close calls here for both teams.
My goodness, Blacklist International played that one beautifully. They took out everything on the side of ONIC with just one Lord. And I love the fact that they know that they're controlling the area because Rapidot will not use the Fatal Links. You see a lot of Purifies on the side of Blacklist International, which is why they're really confident. But right now, ONIC, they know that there's no Purify on both Edward and Venus.
Beautiful Fatal Links there, but the Cult Altar is there to answer once more. And the good damage output is here from Blacklist International. ONIC just cannot sustain that damage. It's just going non-stop right now.
Nets and Super Frizz the first to go. Frizz is gonna come back, and Wise is still spinning. Key targets from ONIC taken down, and a lot of their resources have been spent.
Yeah, we got immortalities on both of the big damage dealers, and the turret will be able to take a lot of damage here. Rapidot, he's looking for it. He's looking for his chance to shine. But no way, no how. We don't need to go out, says ONIC. There are no minions. Let's take a breather.
This is the claw difference made by Blacklist International. ONIC-PH, yes, you do have damage coming out from the Bruno, but the claw just deals the shreds
Sustain,
through
right?
the ultimate of the Paramis. That's the main difference. The fight is heavily in favor of ONIC if there's no Cult Altar as well on the side of Blacklist International. But even if you have Cult Altar, OM just shreds through it.
Yep, Haji has always been on point. The early game did not matter to him, but wait, it started already.
Sensui again. We got Spinneroonies, we got Blades walking on over, and Ryota, he's trying to get some damage done, but that's a problem. You try to go for the poke, you are forcing your team to bring Cult Altar. And again, that's going to be all they need to do for Blacklist to take over on the Lord Pit once more.
So far, I don't see ONIC making a play here. They can't.
Very unlikely, but Rapidot, he's going to sure as hell try. And he does try, but the damage is not there. Super Prince is very, very far away. And I don't think he's going to be able to save it. We got Nets on the side. Will not be able to... Oh, look at that. I don't know if Nets is going to make it. The rest of his teammates are getting whipped down. What is
Look at this. Base race. Haji.
Haji.
Is going for it. Nets is going. Nets is going.
Haji.
Oh, Nets. And they get it. ONIC goes for the Hail Mary, and they catch it. Game 1 goes to the Super Rockies.
Wow, okay.
Execration and Bren.
Exit Bren, sorry. Oh, Exit Bren. They did do this.
Battle for at least a 3rd place cut, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So-
All right, so one more look at the Blacklist lineup. It's the same one, but ONIC gets the adjustment here. They now pick up the Iritel and the Dairoth as their side laners.
Good DPS, I would say. But again, you don't have that crit into the turret, crit into the base like Bruno has. But
Yeah, they can win team fights better, though.
exactly. So there you go.
It's a much scarier lineup for Blacklist to play against.
Correct.
Because they're, again, as I've said earlier, they're more equipped this time around for ONIC-PH. And I liked the way that they want to play this. They're leashing
Yep.
jungler.
And they're one less Purify. So Blacklist, maybe they can be a little more mobile this time around because ONIC is at match point.
Yeah.
Haji, again, with the Purify, they're doing the same thing. Oh, this time around he adjusted.
He learned.
Yeah.
He leveled up the second skill.
You gotta respect Rapidot here, and that's exactly what they're doing. You don't need to fight right away. You need to keep leveled.
Yep.
Apparently.
Again, the level of sacrifice went on game number 1 for Valentina. He cannot play that lane. The moment that he poked the tank support of ONIC, they fully committed on taking him down. Now, Haji has shifted towards the mobility over damage and sustain in this lane, which is going to allow Blacklist International to have a better control in the mid lane this time around. And I feel like this is going to change things up for Blacklist International. Now, we're going to see the rotations come out from the Valentina and the Rafaela alongside the battle.
Yeah, I don't see any big moves here being committed by ONIC anytime soon. Because now I think that Blacklist has learned that you don't face off against an Atlas early on, especially with the amount of damage that, you know, the Faramis can do. Yeah, I think this is going to be a slower game compared to earlier.
But for what reason, right? Is it slow because both teams respect their lineup, or because both teams know that they need to wait?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of waiting, nope, that's not ONIC style. The moment I hit level 4, let's go for somebody, and that somebody is Oh My Venus.
This is the same rotation that they did on game number 1. The
Level 4
difference is
straight to mid.
Haji, he was able to survive, use the Fear 5, but Edward,
Yep.
too many HP.
Again, he is in trouble. Everyone's just piling onto him.
Are you kidding me?
Kills going over the ONIC.
This is the difference. They have a Derok this time around. Blacklist International, they cannot sustain the sheer damage output coming out from the X-Blade of ONIC.
ONIC is winning across the map.
Yeah.
They get this free turtle after taking kills in mid, and Nets is bullying the Filipino sniper down bottom. Unless, where's the punish? Oh, no.
No.
He knows.
Again,
Nets
good
knows.
presence of mind there from Nets.
This is harder than game number 1 for Blacklist International. Game 1, yes, you're facing a Paquito that can burst you down, but you have space, okay? You don't need to get near the Paquito for him to be able to make up. I mean, you don't have to, the Paquito has to do a lot for him to be able to make plays. ONIC-PH this time around, they have the Derot, and Blacklist cannot go nowhere near. Same rotation!
Oh my goodness, exactly the same there. Again, the damage is not going to be quite there to take down Edward, but it is exerting a lot of pressure on the Blacklist on every side of the map. Right now on the mid lane, that's going to be Super Prince. He absorbed a lot of damage coming in from the lethal counter there, but again, Cult Altar from both sides going to be able to keep them both alive.
It's a wash, I'd say. There's some cooldowns to take in consideration. This will put both teams, though, in a good position for this second turtle, because ults and battle spells would be ready by then.
That is correct. Again, we still have ONIC. So much more confidence compared to game 1.
Ryota's in trouble!
Ryota might be in trouble. Holy Baptism not going to be able to make it work, but here's a Falling Star Moon. He's rooted, he's terrified, but still not enough to take down the Ryota.
I love it. Touche. The 15% damage reduction by the turret shield keeps both XP laners alive.
Yeah, that's going to keep going for sure until later on. Heb. Beautiful prediction there from Rapido straight into the BMI, but Sensui will answer back under the turret there, and that's going to be ON going down again.
That's a man down for Blacklist. Gonna be tough to take the second turtle.
Yep. I like the confidence coming out from ONIC-PH. Rapido, for the 3rd time, holding the Fatal Links. Not needed. Okay, we want to take out a Claude. I don't need to commit, and despite as the Akai was on the backside, the Blacklist International, again, they cannot do anything about this.
Beautiful comms from ONIC straight into the bush. He's not even going to where the Claude is. He's going to where the BMI is in that last one.
Yep. Prediction is all over the map here for ONIC. Now, Sensui is holding the turtle again. The plan here for ONIC is not to take the turtle. It is to fight.
Good call there from Wise. Lethal counter secures the turtle, but the fight might still go over to ONIC. It's a one-man down. And again, the Cult Altar is not really in a good position for Oh My Venus and OEB, but they will still stay alive here. That's one down for Blacklist and the turtle to boot.
I would say that was perfectly calculated by Wise. I don't know how he was able to calculate the HP of the turtle that quick. But again, the shot call for ONIC, it's not to take objectives, it's to take out Wise.
Exactly.
Still the same storyline that we are seeing come from game number 1. But this time around, the difference is ONIC is only leading by 100 gold.
Yeah,
which means Blacklist has a lot of space to be able to farm up on this Claude, which is going to allow them a better time on the late game.
Despite the lack of map control here for Blacklist, they're slowly going out on the map again. And again, the Rafaela just keeping them alive and making some pressure on the map.
Oh.
There goes.
All right, interesting. The back and forth is happening much earlier now in game 2 at least.
Yeah.
So you're seeing how the M3 World Champions are adjusting and using those lessons from game 1.
Yep, but Blacklist International again, even though they have a Claw, they still need to ramp up the pressure because ONIC in the mid game is a much scarier lineup compared to game number 1. But what Blacklist has going for them is that the mere fact that ONIC-PH cannot take towers as early as Bruno can.
That's true. At least that slows it down for both teams. We're kind of level right now, I gotta say. Obviously, it's a 4-0, but doesn't feel like a 4-0 right now on kill score. But there is still a big threat on the bottom here for ONIC. Look at that. Super Prince is very much adjust and very happy to go for the fights. Oheb, he's planning to just clear the minion waves. And that is, again, one more reason for Blacklist. I would say a pretty good call.
Yep, this is a much slower pace coming out from ONIC.
Oh.
Wise though.
Oh, Wise. Absorb a lot of damage there. And again, Rapidot will be saved.
What?
And with the
Again?
counter-attack. Beautifully done there from both sides. Cult Alt again keeping everyone alive. But again, the damage. Where is the damage done there, Midnight?
I would say Blacklist International, they're just baiting out the spells from ONIC at this point. It's ONIC not fighting alongside the Irithel. They don't group up as much compared to game number 1. And Blacklist is where they see the timing.
Well, you call them and they shall answer. There comes Nets with the Irithel. He's fronting. He's throwing them arrows from that crossbow. But again, the damage is just being absorbed here by Blacklist with the help of Edward as well as Wise.
The way that these two teams are playing throws me back to Season 8, where we would see games that go maybe 15-20 minutes with a kill score of 2 to 3.
Yeah.
That's what this is like. They both know exactly what the other's up to.
But those games contain a lot of skirmishes, and nobody is dying altogether. And this is the level of experience brought about by Blacklist International, showing disciplined gameplay, and also ONIC-PH realizing the situation that they're in.
That's a big push and pull here for both sides.
And you know what's crazier is in Season 8, no team was mostly made of rookies, right? Here you see how ONIC is on the same page as the M3 World Champions.
You don't see this every day.
Yes, this is the pro gameplay by both sides. Blacklist International reading ONIC like a book, but ONIC-PH has a different book, but contains the same elements.
Yeah, it's like a translated version that was revised like a year ago, but you still understand, right?
Yeah. And again, the presence of the old spirit of ONIC in that last game. You know, that was very impressive. We saw the return of the banana split.
Yeah.
Love that.
Blacklist though, this is where things change around for them. They made this play earlier,
Big.
but ONIC-PH doing the same
That's a big play. Rapidly with the one-man Fatal Links here. Locks down Wise, but he's quite tanky at this point. Cold Alter Pop on both sides. Again, here's the BMI. The damage point is interesting here for Blacklist, as there is not much of an answer here for ONIC, but look at that. The counter! Look at that roar! Straight from Nets. And again, the answer is Edward with the Falling Star move. He's trying to look for targets. And again, the disengage. One more hit could take that Wise. Will that matter here in the coming Lord take?
No way, tit for tat. That team fight unfolded like the first 3 or 4 engages in this game with only 1 each dying per team, and it's the roamer.
Oh my goodness. ONIC-PH, they were the one who made that play. Blacklist International, they were ready. And this is the difference. Game number 1, Blacklist now. Blacklist has the advantage, but ONIC-PH, again, the difference maker is the Deroth. The sheer damage output coming out from his ultimate allowed ONIC to fight back. Blacklist, they were engaging. They were rushing into the tower of ONIC-PH, but Ryota was able to save the day, hitting 3 heroes with the ultimate.
Beautiful. Again, you gotta commend here. It looks like, it feels like an actual boxing match here, with both sides just throwing some really big punches.
Wise.
And neither giving a knockdown.
Exactly.
Just keep going. Oh, but wait!
Oh, but they're really gonna try here. Sensui's put on to at least 30% health. That's a very good start for Blacklist, but don't forget, it is still gonna be a very healthy Lord here. It's only 10 minutes. Still should not be a big impact, but they really want to go for it.
Rapidot though, but the engage is coming out from ONIC-PH. I love the attempt that Blacklist made. They saw Super Prince walk towards the mid lane, and Sensui was in no man's land, but the tankiness of the hero allows him to be able to get away. But Blacklist International, again, just very nice attempts all across the board.
All eyes on the Atlas right now as he is waiting for that perfect set. And everyone from Blacklist also feels the
Wow,
gaze.
the respect. Golf claps abound. Both teams just reset. They understand that, you know what, this is not happening.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. But wait.
Yeah, but they are still gonna go and threaten it. There is a turret going down.
Blacklist, they're complete here, but we reset the Lord. ONIC-PH, they know that Blacklist would want to fight with Wise. Ooh, he held the Lord.
It's not a full reset. It is still around 60%, and this is a very, very close-knit team fight here possible for ONIC. Again, Rapidot is spotted out by Oh My Venus.
Yes. The Queen knows. So it's not as good of a bush here.
Yep.
Can they?
ONIC though.
ONIC, we got...
Eyes on Edward.
That's 4 people on Edward right now.
Oh.
Sui has his eyes on the prize.
All ults and battle spells up.
All ults, this is gonna be it. Who's gonna pull the trigger
This
here?
is the craziest Lord that I've ever seen. Both teams fully fully aware of what's about to happen.
How long have you been here? A minute?
Yeah, more than.
They were playing a chess match on their
Yeah.
minds right now. This is
Look at this
chess
guy.
at best in Mobile Legends.
Yeah, everyone's close by. Everyone can pull the trigger at any moment. And looks like it is going to be the lethal counter being used by Wise there.
Okay.
Interesting
Make the
choice.
call.
That's 4 people. 5 people fly straight on the Venus. Again, just keeps his distance.
This is the longest time that the Lord has punched heroes for Mobile Legends.
There's a conceal.
He's getting tired. And there it goes. That's going to be
Haji!
Haji! The commitment. Haji's very close to death, but saved by the
Force it out.
counter. Oh my Venus as
Rapidon.
well. Rapidon on the side. ONIC is keeping it tight.
It's a non-starter.
It's a
There's
one-man.
one. They take out Edward, and they're continuing. There's a spin.
That's the Spinneroonie there being committed. The Lord is still within retribution range for both teams.
Frigid Breath, Frigid Breath.
And the bridge grab will be popped. That's Rapidon going down. Where is the retreat? And it goes over and a Blacklist still.
2 for 2. Down goes Prince, but he comes back up. Blacklist essentially winning that one.
The longest Lord dance in history, I would have to say.
2 minutes. The Lord was punching heroes for 2 minutes.
Lord
It was
just-
like, I'm having none of this. I should have been upgraded by now.
And he did. Was he or not?
He was. I think he was.
Is it
No,
gold?
no, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's
not
not
yet.
it.
That was the longest, officially, I would say.
All right, so Lord
Ah.
does not evolve unless you leave him be. And
Full
for the
reset.
for the past 2 minutes, he's been around the hero of the Blacklist and ONIC, and he stayed despite it being finished at around 12:30, 12:40. So he's purple. He's just base.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is not common here. Oh my Venus has the immortality pop down, not pressed for the team fight. Cult Altar not gonna be committed at all here.
Hey,
Not still not up actually.
For the price of a Lord enhancing your waves and 2 turrets across the map, oh my Venus, your sacrifice is
Seems
well worth
worth
it.
it. Yeah.
Yep, Blacklist International, they're now playing for the lane game. Overhead is fully stacked, but again, I have to say, it feels bad moment for the Lord. Should have been upgraded at this point, but Blacklist International, again, the hold by Wise on that specific moment, they knew that this Lord is not gonna go away anytime soon. But Blacklist, it's just a matter of extending the game. Because you do play into the late game very, very well against ONIC-PH. You survive the onslaught of the damage output of the Derot, and also sustain the fight in a way when Fatal Links and Heavy Spin has been burnt by the side of ONIC-PH, you re-engage. And you have a lot of sustain to back that up. The Valentina and the Rafaela. Valentina can just frontline for Blacklist International. He'll regenerate the HPs that she lost. And Oh My Venus can provide the mobility and the heals during this fight. That's why ONIC-PH, they need to play a faster pacing game on the start of the game. But Blacklist International, they now have full control of this game. The Claude is so massive at this point.
What I have to commend for ONIC is the very much lack of like big boo-boos, big blunders, game-ending mistakes here. Considering the age of this squad, it's actually quite impressive, holding up toe-to-toe, right?
Yeah, the fact that they've kept it this close, and yes, that last big team fight with the Lord going over Blacklist was one big loss. That's it. But it's still close to 50-50, but the third score will say otherwise. The shoe's on the other foot this time. In Game 1, Blacklist could not push. They could not, but now it's ONIC's turn to have the troubles. Now we're seeing them miss that Bruno.
True.
Actually always in a position to snatch away the ultimate of the Promise now. It is going to become a farming game till the next Lord. Well, next Lord is spawning in 5 seconds, but again, both teams, they're fully aware what's bound to happen. All ultimates are accounted for. Rapidon, specifically for ONIC, is being monitored heavily by Blacklist International.
Lord timer activate. I don't know. We should have a Lord dance timer at this point.
Here I go again.
15, about 15.
Yeah.
Let's see where both teams actually get it.
All right, so right now, again, obviously both junglers very tanky at this point. Not really scared to just stand in front of each other. Even Haji with the Divine Glaive doesn't really do that much damage on Sensui. Web with a very upfront BMI there.
That was really scary. If Nets wasn't any closer, Rapidon would have committed the flicker into open.
For sure. But again, maybe it is just awareness on the map that both teams probably know that they're not going to pull a trigger anytime soon. It's still a dance, though.
It's confidence by Ohen, knowing what plays are possible that can be done by ONIC-PH. And again, Lord has not been going back to his own home.
Yeah.
And he has been punching heroes for 45 seconds now.
Pretty big workout for the Lord here.
Yep.
I would say.
Readying up for the 18-minute Lord.
It almost looks like the veterans are waiting for his take at this point. That's what they're trying to do, I think.
If I may, I think this whole XP lane matchup is good for ONIC because it's buying them time.
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact that there's
sure.
one less, there's one less keeping tabs on you, allows for you to actually contest this Lord.
Stare down. It's like a stare down.
Yeah. If this was a 5v5, this Lord would have gone so much faster.
Yeah.
For Blacklist, that is.
That is true. And again, both teams making the same call here.
It's crazy to see the Lord still standing.
Here we
in the middle
go.
of
The commit. Edward says, you know what, guys, we can probably go. I saw the deer off up there a few moments ago. Maybe we can try to make something happen.
Yeah, the permanent damage on the turrets really making ONIC less present here.
Ooh, Rapido, look at that guy. He's whittled down to almost 60%. That's very risky for them to go for something big. And that might be an opening for Blacklist.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they're also in the mid lane.
Again, this is the topic that we were discussing earlier. Blacklist, they have HPs to spare, and ONIC does not. For ONIC, they need to make moves right now, and this is the beauty of a Valentina. She doesn't lose the ultimate that she copies.
And the
she can
Rafa.
retain this for the entire game, and the Rafael is just providing enough sustain for Blacklist. Now, both teams are eyeing for the Lord reset.
Yeah, and again, both teams aware that Ryota's pretty far off. But then again, who is getting ahead here in the economy while all this is happening? That's a big question.
I like that Wise and Sensui has been, shuffling the regeneration of the Guardian's helmet. But the Ryota goes
look
in!
at that! Ryota just suddenly said, I'm done waiting! Let's go for a big wombo combo! That is going to be Venus locked in. He's taken out by Nets. And on the backline, OHEM's still doing pretty good damage. Gets cancelled on the BMI on the Blazing Duet. No more damage from Blacklist coming here. And Nets is still standing strong.
Midnight, you were looking for ONIC to make a play. How about that? 1 for 2, the chef for OHAB, and oh my Venus.
Ryota again, the difference maker for ONIC-PH. The damage output from this Deroth is dismantling the Blacklist lineup. Even though Haji was able to pop off the Cult's altar, in 1 second, it was deleted. OHIP was also surprised. He was like, wait, what? I'm sitting at my original HP. He goes in, and he thought he's able to sustain the front line with the Wind of Nature, but guess what? The Paramis was able to take him out, and Blacklist International, and they're not in a position to fight right now. Ryota is just zoning the hell out of the Esmeralda.
Yep, the Lord is going to be within range here.
The pushback!
No, you get pushed back. Beautiful play there from ONIC. Edward goes down as well.
Nothing but nets. I love this Iritel on the gold laner from ONIC. And so far, they're a Lord of Peace, and you can expect the map to slowly turn blue.
Impressive. Impressive decision-making here from ONIC, man.
Really great stuff coming out from ONIC-PH. Again, I cannot stress it enough. The difference that made this game possible for ONIC-PH is the pressure that the Roth gives against Blacklist International. Yes, you have HPs to spare if it's a dance between the two of us. But when it comes to single burst skirmishes, he is able to outmatch the tempo of Blacklist International. Because the thing about the Derot is that when he jumps over to a hero of Blacklist International, they need to help that hero.
That's true.
They're forced to respond, so even being in control, you're in the defensive.
Yeah, you're in the driver's seat. Yeah, beautiful here. And again, ONIC has that damage. They can feel it. Apparently, Ryota is a very scared to be a shade of. Look at that. Rapido for the Felix out of the base, over the window, through the wall. The damage is real here, and I don't think there's going to be much of an answer. Why still spinning? OHEB is still alive, but they're on the run.
The kingdom is in disarray. ONIC have come, and they're screaming, it's our time. It's ONIC time. Wise's immortality is popped, and the base is going to be up next. Can they defend?
That's a beautiful call there. Edward's still not going to be tanky enough.
They go back.
Oh my God, the damage is real.
Oh Lord, down goes OHEB. And ladies and gentlemen, in the leadership of Chef Raph, cooking up a win against the MG World Champions.
Wow. I cannot believe this.
Everyone is in disarray right now.
Week 3, and we witness